Lacrosse season finally here at John Boucher Field on the campus of Husson University. Hi everyone, I'm Owen Snow. I'm joined alongside Nolan Humphreys, and we are getting ready to start men's Division III lacrosse. It'll be the visiting University of Southern Maine Huskies against the home Husson University Eagles. Nolan, last time these two teams played, it was down at Southern Maine exactly 1 year ago today, and Husson won that in overtime, 4-3. What are you expecting to see today from both these sides?
Yeah, I expect a little bit more scoring. That one was 4-3. It was a heavy defensive game, but I'd expect the score to be a little higher than it was a year ago today.
As starting lineups were announced not long ago, starting goalkeepers for both sides for Southern Maine will be Bryson Wolfhart, and then for Husson, Odin Burke, the senior, gets the start and nod. So, the two face-off men this afternoon will be for Husson, Brad Stolt, and 17, Nick Shevchenko.
Yeah, and early on, you can see Husson coming out with a long stick midi there, number 5, Owen Giorgio, and number 15, kind of playing that D midi role with Josh Hawkins.
Shevchenko wins the draw. Lucas Rigo out on the left wing. Southern Maine working it behind the cage. And a turnover there for the Huskies. So Husson to regain possession. Out wide with the ball. Number 9, Connor Chase, finds Drew Clinch, and there's a foul. Or ball will stay with USM. We see a lot of substitutions on here early, Nolan.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, especially when it's a little bit of a game that's kind of back and forth. You're going to get D middies on. You want kind of your O middies guys, especially the guys like the Drew Clinch who are going to be out there when you're trying to clear the ball, get it into your attacking zone.
That pass stolen away by Kieran Field, the leader in goals in the North Atlantic Conference last season. Gabe Robinson takes a shot and scores. So, first goal of the season goes to that number 12 freshman, Gabe Robinson, for Husson.
Yeah, good goal there. Kieran Field getting the turnover in his own end and taking it all the way, making the nice pass. And Gabe Robinson, first goal of his career. Good way to start for Husson. You're already on track to kind of beat the way that you played last season. A lot of that talent was able to get developed. Coach Michael Neal did a good job recruiting, and Husson out to an early lead.
Robinson, the midfielder from Auburn, Alabama. First career goal. Here's Lucas Rigo. Started 16 games last season for the Huskies. And he's out wide. Southern Maine works it behind the net and then finally goes out front and finds Zach Smith. Southern Maine just resetting this, giving it to the newly substituted Finn McCarthy. And nice interception by Josh Hawkins.
Yeah, good play defensively, and he's got to do a little bit of a better job clearing that ball out, especially if you're going to pass to Owen Giorgio. There's not many passes that Giorgio can't reach and get to. He's one of the best in the conference at that, so got to be a little careful there.
Matt Richardson had the ball knocked out of his stick, but Husson to regain possession by Taylor Schwalje. Pass goes to Jacob Sargent, the junior midfielder. Missed a majority of last season due to an injury, an ACL injury. Here he goes working on the right side. Now Dominic Hollingcamp finds Taylor Schwalje. And now ref blows his whistle. And a lot of whistles early we see, but USM with possession. Noah Johnson over to Zach Smith. So he just reverses back to Tim Quiet. We see a lot of players taking their time, but Quiet is going to take a shot, and I couldn't tell if that was saved by Burke or if it went wide.
No, I think that just went wide there.
And a shot again by Pat O'Driscoll. That one goes wide.
A couple of shots here by USM, and they're doing a really good job at being able to be, near that ball when it goes out of bounds so that they can regain possession. That's something that coaches harp on. If you're going to rip these shots, you have to make sure you're backing them up.
Caden Mannon. Defended by Connor Chase, and he'll take a shot, but another one that goes wide for the Huskies. Reese Bridges working behind. Defended tightly by Matt Richardson, which forced him to pass it out to Smith. And a shot wide again.
Yeah, a lot of shots coming from Southern Maine here, and just nothing that's on net. You have to get these balls low, get them bouncing. It's going to be tough to get them by Odin Burke, but it's going to be your best chance. If you want to stop air mailing these balls, you put them on the ground.
Odin Burke, the goalkeeper, finds Richardson. Matt Richardson, as a freshman last year, started 16 games for the Eagles, and now running up the right side is Gabe Robinson, the lone goal scorer so far. Ref throws a flag near the center line.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, they're going to get USM. The attackman went over midfield, so it's going to be a delayed penalty.
Here's Kieran Field, 68 goals last season. Second in the nation in goals per game at 4.31. And an attempted shot by Dominic Hollenkamp gets poked from behind.
He did a really, he tried to do a swim dodge move there, and to create a shot was not able to.
So Husson will have a man up from the penalty from USM.
Yeah, it'll be an offside, so now you get Husson with their man up chance here.
Over to Field. Hollenkamp. Alec Dupre, 6'4" freshman. And now Husson doing a good job just working the cycle. And a shot by Schwalje.
Yeah, Schwalje does a good job there coming around X, cutting off the ball. It's exactly the type of play that you're looking for. Pass around the perimeter and get somebody cutting wide open.
Drew Clinch finds Field. Nice spin move. He takes a shot, but looks to be wide.
Yeah, and you take that. You had Hollenkamp back there able to back up the shot, so you're able to take those opportunities and take shots. So far, it's been a good man up.
Hollenkamp. Looked like a blocked shot, and ref blows the whistle. USM will get the ball back. Jacob Sharp currently with possession. And a turnover. Taylor Schwalje in, and he'll just reset.
Yeah, good decision to reset. Get your D middies off. Allow Cody Dingwell and Jack Kazabensky to get on.
Jacob Sargent finds his pass to Cody Dingwell. And good defense by Lucas Rigo of USM. But Husson will work it behind. Taylor Schwalje looked like he wanted to take a shot, but decides to pass it back. And now Jack Kazabinski. Husson doing a good job of just maintaining possession as well.
Yeah, making good, clean passes without turning the ball over.
Dingwell over to Schwalje. Shot clock down to 10. Very physical, and looked like USM's Herb Bryant got pushed a little bit from behind, and the possession will go to Husson. Dominic Hollenkamp finds Alec Dupre, the freshman, who puts Husson up 2-0 with about less than 7 minutes left in the quarter.
Yeah, good play there for Husson. Really good job at keeping possession, not turning the ball over. Good crisp passes. And if you're able to do that and kind of have the ball for a long time, you're able to look for a really, really good shot, and that's what they get out of Alec Dupre, the 6'4" attack.
So 2 goals to start the season, both by freshmen. Safe to say that head coach Matt O'Neill's recruiting's looking like it's solid to start out.
Yeah, Mike's done really good.
And a flag thrown at midfield. And Husson player slow to get up. That is Bodie Markham. Freshman from Vienna, Maine. He's going to walk himself off. Glad he's okay. A 1-minute power play that Husson will have.
Yeah, that's number 9, Pat O'Driscoll's second penalty for USM, and he's going to have to figure out a way to hold in that discipline. Don't allow Husson to get going with these man-ups, because we've seen some really good passing, some good possession time out of Husson, and they're not making a mistake on the shots.
Schwalje. And a shot. And a goal. Dominic Hollenkamp finds the scorer's sheet, and Husson's up 3-0.
Husson doing a really good job at making USM pay for their bad discipline and the passes that they're making. I mean, this is a lot different than last year. This Husson team has been able to develop, take an off season to really get better, work on their technique. And Mike O'Neill did a good job getting all these recruits coming in. There's tons of freshman talent, but there's a ton of sophomore talent as well. And Hollenkamp's one of those guys. He's really good at the attack. He has a very powerful shot, and a really nice goal there for him. And no doubt he'll get a couple more, because last season for him was unfortunate. He missed a lot of time with injury, so this is truly his first real season. I definitely expect him to be on the sheet a ton.
Taylor Schwalje now with 2 assists already in the contest. Now USM can have possession here Owen Gallrap takes a shot, and wide that goes.
Yeah, to talk about Taylor Swaji with his 2 assists, the abilities that he has to make plays from behind X, and I mean, he does a really good job at playmaking, finding the open cutter, finding really anybody. He can really do it all. He's got eyes in the back of his head, and that offense, that man up for Husson right now is clicking.
Husson will get possession from long stick midfielder Owen Giorgio. It looks like refs are just talking it over. So play will continue. Well, ref blows the whistle once again, Nolan.
Yeah, it seems like we just have miscommunication by the officials here on which way it's going to go and how it's going to go. So right now, Odin Burke had it. He just passed it over to a Paul and Matt Richardson there. And we should, Owen, be able to get going now.
Odin Burke will handle it. Finds Drew Clinch. It seems like Husson really likes to attack on the wings, out wide. Taylor Schwalje, the 2 assists already in this match, finds Kieran Field. And he'll take a shot, and it's saved.
Yeah, Kieran Field's got the ability to score from anywhere. And, I mean, the amount of goals he scored last season with 68, is a test to that. But I do think that the way Husson's playing right now, they're making the good passes and taking possession. So I'd like to see him hold on to that. We know we can score goals, but I'd like to see him hold on to that and, keep doing what they've been doing, passing it to the open guy and getting a shot.
Here's Gallrap. Slowing it down for Southern Maine. Finds Quiet. Quiet will attack wide. Tries to find a pass in the center, but turnover there. And here comes Gabe Robinson to Dupre. And now Schwallenjay. Out wide. Dominic Hollenkamp has to go. He'll just reset it the whole way. And a bad pass from Hollenkamp, but scooped up by Cody Dingwell. And he'll just work it behind the net. Cody Dingwell to Schwallenjay. And a shot by Hollenkamp, saved by Wolfhart. So 2 consecutive saves for the USM goalkeeper, Wolfhart.
Yeah, that was a good shot by Hollenkamp. A lot of power on it. Wolfhart wasn't really able to, the rebound was kind of there, obviously, in the crease, but it was a pretty quick shot.
Owen Gallrap. He's going to try to work his way, shoots it wide. So a lot of shots for USM, but they're all going wide.
Yeah.
That'd be the 6th shot for them.
And I don't think they've had one on net so far. And to score a goal, you got to put them on net. You got to test Odin Burke.
Husson's had 7 shots, 6 on goal. And now Zach Smith has to go all the way behind.
Yeah, this is what they want, to isolate that short pole.
And a shot and a goal for USM. Reese Bridges on the score sheet.
That's exactly what USM wants. They want to get Aiden Byers, number 17 in white, the short pole behind X. You isolate him at that point, and you go right or left. You pick whichever one you want to do. You make that move. You curl around, and you find the open shooter. That's exactly what USM does, and it's just a tough shot for Odin to save, Odin Burke. And USM finds himself on the board.
The first shot on goal, Odenberg sees, goes past him. And USM will win the draw and quickly go the other way. A shot saved by Odenberg. Nick Shevchenko on the shot. And Husson working the other way. Holenkamp out wide. Gabe Robinson getting a lot of action here early. Already scored the first goal for Husson. Finds Drew Clinch, who had 14 goals last season for Husson. Husson loves to work it behind. So, looked like Alec Dupre moving screen will result in a turnover.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to move, really. I mean, he's 6'4". He needs to plant those feet.
Good pass from Wolfhart to Lucas Rigo. Now here's Owen Gallrap. And a shot, but it was blocked. And here comes Clinch. Finds Holenkamp. One-on-one, and he buries it. Dominic Holenkamp makes it 4-1 for Husson.
Yeah, it's just a breakout. Drew Clinch does a good job at going east to west, going from one end of the field to the other. And all he's got to do is make a pass to the attackman, Holenkamp, and he's not going to make any mistake about that.
Holenkamp in two games started last season, only had one goal, and he's already got 2 today. And face-off is going to be won by USM. And Stolt will pick up the ground ball.
Yeah, no, we got to talk about that play Owen Giorgio just made, because, I mean, that was one of the most insane plays I think you're going to see from an LSM, especially defensively. I don't even know what you call that move. It was insane.
Owen Giorgio named the captain on this roster for good reason, too. He's a special player. Holenkamp looking for his hat trick. So Husson scored 4 in the last matchup against these two, and they've already scored that in the first quarter. And Kieran Field takes a shot in close, but it goes wide for him.
Yeah, 99 times out of 100, he's going to put that in the back of the net. I think he was trying to get the goalie to kind of come far post and see if he can pick where the goalie just came from. Not able to do that there again. He was kind of midair, had somebody on his back, so pretty difficult shot, but he definitely makes those.
Holenkamp's shot is wide, and 2.8 seconds left in the first. So Husson will have time for one more opportunity, and they're not going to have time to take a shot off. So your score after 15 minutes, Husson 4, USM 1. We'll take a short break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter about to get underway here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, Owen Snow alongside Nolan Humphreys. Husson currently with a 4-1 lead at the end of that first quarter, thanks to 2 goals from Dominic Holenkamp, the opening goal from Gabe Robinson, and a goal from Alec Dupre. So 2 freshmen and a sophomore getting on the score sheet. Meanwhile, the lone goal scorer for USM was Reese Bridges.
Yeah, we're going to see right now USM trying to take this ball to X. They're going to look and try to find this to a midfielder or an attackman that has the short pole. And then they're going to want to isolate him again. So right now, number 12 for USM, Zach Smith, has the short pole. They're going to try to isolate them.
And Smith trying to find an opening, but cannot. He's got to revert.
Yeah, no, Byers, Aiden Byers, number 17 in white, did a really good job at playing the hips, playing the shoulder, staying in front most importantly. And, Byers doesn't get scored on too often, so you got to imagine he's going to come back and play more aggressive defense than he did earlier on.
Stolen away by the Eagles. Owen Giorgio, the long stick midfielder. You can tell his stick's way longer than the rest of the team. Holenkamp to Kieran Field. He's wide open, but shoots wide, or was trying to pass behind. I couldn't really tell.
Yeah,
almost looked like he took a shot at first.
I think that was a pass there to Taylor Swaji.
Nonetheless, it is a turnover for Husson, so...
Yeah, a lot of unforced mistakes for Husson, especially on the turnover spots. I mean, this score could be definitely different if they were able to kind of take care of the ball in their zone, because, most of the times you think of turnovers and it's, they threw the ball out of bounds, or they threw the ball, to the opponent, and that's a turnover. But they've really done good as far as passing goes and being able to keep possession. It's just some unforced mistakes.
Shawalje. He's going to find Kieran Field. Husson slows down possession. Gabe Robinson out wide. Nice cut.
Yeah, he's isolating that short pole there.
Robinson getting tightly guarded. He's got to find Drew Clinch. And he finds some space, passes it down low. Now it's back up to Robinson. Shawalje takes a shot, saved.
Yeah, really good save. Gabe Robinson does a really good job at staying on the ball and not losing that in his pocket of his stick. He finds a wide open Taylor Swaji, and again, that's one that Swaji's not going to miss too many times.
And Alec Dupre gets poked from behind. And USM just going to slow it down with Jacob Sharp, the senior midfielder. Finds Zach Smith. Getting substitutions here ready. Smith's just going to control it a little bit. Take his time. And now he'll finally get to work. And looked like a shot there from Pat O'Driscoll, but it goes wide. Originally from the pass.
Yeah, and again, you can really tell what USM, what their game plan is they're trying to isolate those short sticks, those midfielders of Husson, and if Husson can continue doing what they're doing, they've done a really good job at defending up against that game plan.
And this ball is just going everywhere, but on a stick.
Yeah, we got a stick broken for Alec Dupre here.
Holenkamp doesn't win that battle. That will go to Herb Bryant. And now a pass. Looks like that was intended for Caden Mannon, but goes wide. Or out of bounds, excuse me.
Yeah, a bit sloppy here earlier on in the second quarter from really both sides.
Jack Kazabinski, the grad student, gives it right back to Connor Chase. And a bad pass originally intended for Cody Dingwell gives USM possession back. Nice work there, and a shot from Pat O'Driscoll.
Yeah, no, that was a greedy shot there from him because he had a wide open attackman to the left side of him that was even closer and, near the crease, who would have had a much easier shot than Pat O'Driscoll just took there.
Good defense by Matt Richardson on Caden Mannon. Forces him back out to Finn McCarthy. 6'1" midfielder. Now to Gallrap. Takes a shot, saved by Odin Burke. What a save. And the other way is the long stick. Looks like the long stick midfielder, Kirshner.
Yeah, what a save there by Brick Wall Burke.
Now Jacob Sargent has all the space in the world. He's going to find a pass, another pass, and a goal. Taylor Schwalche finds the back of the net after his 2 assists already. Husson now up 5-1.
Yeah, a little bit of a back and forth between Hollenkamp and Taylor Schwalche. And it starts with that breakout, being able to go north-south with it. Hollenkamp gets it. He's going to find Schwalche, who's always got his feet moving. So, that's going to be big. A defender's going to have a hard time staying on you if your feet's always moving. Hollenkamp makes the pass, right into the square, right where you want it. And at that point, all Schwalche's got to do is pick his corner.
USM will win the draw. They are going quickly. A shot that's saved by Odin Burke. A pass back to the goalkeeper, Burke. Finds Field. He's going to work his way to the left. And now to Robinson, who finds clinch. Schwalche working behind. He'll take a shot, saved by Wolfhart. But Schwalche getting really active here in the second quarter.
Yeah, no, he's doing a lot of right stuff. That was a really good take there from behind X. Last year, he always kind of did that little wraparound in practice, and it worked out for him majority of the time. So it's good that he's out here doing it in the game because I think that's a tool that's in his bag.
Spollinger and another shot that goes wide. I believe that was Caden Mannon with the shot. Now here's Finn McCarthy. Looks like he took a shot wide once again. So 15 shots that USM has, but 5 on goal.
Yeah, they've got to do a better job at putting the ball on the ground. The one goal that they scored, I believe was on the ground. So you've got to do a better job at that if you're USM because they're getting opportunities. You said 15 shots. They've got more shots than Husson.
They do. Husson's got 13.
But you've got to put them on the ground, because you're airmailing these shots. If they were, picking corners left and right, then yeah, keep doing what you're doing. But I think that they would have a good chance at tying this game, if not winning this game, if you have all those shots on the ground.
And a hard hit taken by Holenkamp. He gets up perfectly fine though.
Yeah, big hit there. And now USM's going to go down a player yet again. It's going to be a man up for Husson. They've already scored on the man up once in this game, and they're 1 for 2.
Seems like USM just looks a little bit frustrated out there. Not hitting the shots that they usually should hit, and it's resulting in a lot of frustration and a lot of penalty taken.
So we're going to have a 30-second man up here. You see Drew Clinch, number 1, got the ball. He's going to start it. Again, look for this perimeter passing. Crisp passes on the perimeter. And you know if someone's going to be cutting, you can look out for Swaj, you look out for Hollenkamp and 34 and White, Kiernan Field. Those are kind of going to be your guys here that are going to be cutting. And obviously, you've got to always look out for Alec Dupre, the 6'4" freshman attacker.
Clinch will find Robinson, who finds Dupre. I think he wanted to take a shot, but it's forced to pass it.
Yeah, Hollenkamp's here on the backside if you're able to get it to him quickly.
Hollenkamp to Schwalje. Has 3 points already in the contest. Robinson with the shot goes wide.
Yeah, I like the look that they're getting right here on this man up. Obviously, it's over now, but for the next man up, when Swaji has it at X, he's got Hollenkamp. If he can kind of reverse it, I don't think USM is going to be expecting that pass.
Hollenkamp over to Clinch. To Robinson out wide. He'll take a shot, but can't find it on target. Six seconds left on the shot clock. But it's going to be a turnover. And here comes USM the other way. Over to Wolfhart, the keeper. A lob pass intended for Spollinger. I don't think he saw it at first. But he'll find O'Driscoll.
Yeah, and again, that's a shot right there from the yellow line, the restraining line there. That's just one of these shots you're kind of missing these opportunities. I think they just need to hold on to the ball here. Go back to what you were doing when you were isolating the short pole.
Gall wrap over to Smith. Fake pass. He's guarded by the long stick midfielder Owen Giorgio.
Here they go on the short pole.
Gall wrap. He wanted a shot. And a nice pass, but it's turned over, and the Eagles go the other way.
Yeah,
Jackson Purdy.
That was a really good play there. USM just not able to catch that pass. If so, that would have been in the back of the net. So, if USM wants to get back in, and again, it's only 5-1, so they're definitely not out of this, but if they want to get back into it, that's the type of plays that they have to start looking for.
Cody Dingwell. Only one in sight is Zach Smith. He'll go all the way behind. He'll make a move out, but is forced to pass it out to Jack Kazabinski. Now Schwalje. They love this move. And now in the hands of Jacob Sargent. Finds a pass to Kazabinski, but somehow doesn't find the back of the net. I think Wolfhard got a piece of it, but turned right back over, and the Eagles have it.
Yeah, USM has struggled to clear the ball, but what a catch from Jack Kazabinski is Sargent. He didn't make that pass easy to handle, but Kazubinski receives it, and it kind of looked like the Jumpman logo, Owen. I don't know how he didn't put that in the back of the net.
And Schwalje poked from behind, but he'll have it right back. 4 minutes left in the first half. Kazubinski has it up top. And a big body check there on Zach Smith. 6'2", getting up there and forcing the turnover. He's not able to clear it. And Dupre finds the back of the net for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Taylor Swaji starts that play, and he finishes it. Obviously he doesn't get the goal. He's going to get a great assist there, and it was Taylor Swaji with kind of the axe. he swung with his stick. He was able to force the turnover, picks it up, passes it to Alec Dupre, and Dupre finishes it off. An absolute shift there from number 14 in white, Taylor Swaji.
This is why they brought Alec Dupre in, started the game in attack. He's got 2 goals, and he's looking really, really good in a Husson uniform. And a fight for the faceoff. It's going to be won by Owen Giorgio and the Eagles. And the ref got in the way of that ball. Don't see that often, but play goes on. So 6-1. Husson up by quite a bit. USM finding shots, but can't find the back of the net for them. And now Husson really working it. Dupre into Holenkamp. He gets his hat trick.
It's just another play where all 3 of these attackers, Dominique Holenkamp, Alec Dupre, and Taylor Swaji, it just seems as if they're all on the same page right now, and a really good job there from Dupre, showing not only he can do his goal scoring abilities, but he has those passing abilities. And again, it's just that whole attack group seems to be kind of on the same radar, just the chemistry's outmatched.
And the Husson squad fired up right now after that goal. But we know, Nolan, even when the score gets up to 7-1, it's definitely not out of the realm yet to come back. I mean, Lacrosse, you can find a goal every minute.
Yeah, it's not out of the realm right now to come back. It's how are you going to keep playing right now with Husson? They've had moments where they were playing like, USM couldn't touch them, and they're continuing to play like that. And then USM's had moments where they were right there. They made maybe a couple of mistakes offensively. But when you look at USM and what's working for them is going to X and starting your play from X. That's what's going to work for USM. That's what worked on the goal. That's what worked on a chance that you had, that if you catch the ball, you put it in the back of the net. So for USM right now, trust in your game plan, go to X and start your game plan from there. And then for Husson, if they can just, the big thing about them is they're making passes. And it's a lot different than last year. You can tell that these guys developed in the passes that are being made. There's no turnovers. Unless it's a moving straight or in the crease, that's really where Husson's been turning the ball over. But they're doing really well.
They're just doing a good job too at getting open. They're wide open in front of the crease, in front of the net, half the time.
It's just moving. It's just moving off ball. It's just you have to understand that there's no need to stay stationary. You don't want to have calm feet when you're an attacker. Even their midfielders are getting up and next to the crease. And that's just Coach Mike O'Neill's. That's how he runs his offense, is he wants you moving. So, and you're seeing the players just do it naturally. So you can tell that it's been a good fall ball, and so far it's been a good first game.
Again, this game, a non-conference game. So, again, Husson just finding a little bit easy on the schedule until conference play opens up. They got 7 teams in the conference this year. They'll have MMA, Massachusetts Liberal Arts College, and they'll have both the SUNY Cobleskill and Delhi teams, along with Thomas and Anna Maria College, all in the North Atlantic Conference this season for men's lacrosse. Back to this game, though, Zach Smith goes out to McCarthy. And
right there, that's another example of USM shooting shots from, 35 feet out that just, realistically have no chance. Just stick to your game plan, play the way you know. They succeed when they go to X, just like this. Let's see what they can do with it.
Gall wrap. And there's a pass.
See,
that's up in the air.
That's the best look USM's had all game right there. And Where did it start? It started from X, so see if they keep doing that. And a great save by Odin Burke in net.
From this angle, it's so hard to see that our left side of the goal, but a lot of action for Odin Burke this period. But he's come up clutch.
He has been really well. And the good thing about it, USM is now getting shots on goal, which is exactly what you want to see for them because they've had chances and, they're going to continue to get chances. It's just on if they put them on goal. I'm going to say it again. I think bouncing the balls, I think USM's going to have a little bit more luck if they do start, bouncing the ball.
And a pass intended for Schwalje goes out of bounds. So an unforced turnover for the Eagles. Wolfhart gets it all the way up. And now here's Jake's Spallinger. He'll take a shot, but goes wide. Another one that he kind of shoots right at the yellow line.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a long pole, right? That you don't really see them shoot too often. If you watched Husson Lacrosse over the last couple of years, Owen Giorgio would do that every now and then. But you just I don't know if you can do that if you're USM, especially down 6 goals right now.
Reese Bridge is the lone goal scorer on this Southern Maine offense. He'll find a pass out wide to Quarriette, and he'll take a shot saved by Burke.
Yeah, really good save there. Good positioning. That was a solid look there from USM, and I believe that was Tim Sawet on the goal, on the shot there. Really good save by Odin Burke. Good defense there by Cam Dufour, number 29 in white.
Odin Burke with a .511 save percentage last year. He's looking really good this year, though. USM will get possession. A long pass that finds McCarthy. Sun now coming back out of the clouds. Pat O'Driscoll finds Gallrap. A nice turnover there, or a nice steal there from Caleb Kirshner, the sophomore. That one's just chucked. And that will conclude the first half here at Boucher Field. Husson with a 7-1 lead. Nolan, any final thoughts before we go to break?
A good half for Husson. I think USM just needs to stick with the game plan.
And on that note, we'll be back in roughly 10 minutes here to give you all the live commentary for this second half. Husson dominated on opening day. We'll be right back here on Husson Eagles Sports Network. we're back for the second half action here at Boucher Field. Hello, everyone. If you're just tuning in, Owen Snow alongside Nolan Humphreys. Husson ended halftime with a 7-1 lead against the Southern Maine Huskies, which forced USM into a new goalkeeper, number 29, Addison Dietz. So he'll play in goal for USM.
Yeah, and talking to head coach Mike O'Neill there at the half, he's pleased with his team, but he's not fully happy. He understands that there's more that they want to get better at, especially in the face-offs. They weren't too good in the face-offs, 2 for 10 there in that half. So look for that to kind of be the point of emphasis for head coach Mike O'Neill and his squad. They want to get better at the face-offs. They like what they're doing as far as ground balls go, as they lead that 31-13.
Odin Burke will take it in goal. He's going to whip a pass, but intercepted by Jake Spollinger. And he'll find a player wide open for USM. Caden Mannon with the goal. And USM will start the scorer sheet in this half.
Yeah, that's a tough goal to allow for Odin Burke. He tries to go with the clear, that's his last resort, just because none of his midfielders were able to get open. So he had no choice but to just chuck it down there, and USM does a good job picking it off, turning it the other way, and it's a goal that you're not going to miss too many times. Is Caden Manning kind of wide open there?
Jake Spollinger with the assist, and USM's going to win that draw. Zach Smith with possession. He'll just take his time. Now try to work it. He'll work it back to Pat O'Driscoll. And he'll take a shot wide. So USM continuing the shoot at will. And Caden Mannon almost got 2 for himself, but Husson will get the ball.
Yeah, good hustle there from Owen Giorgio to be able to get this ball.
And battle for the ball. Still battling for it. So many players there, and it's won by Kieran Field.
Yeah, and I talked at half with Kieran Field about, kind of playing that midfield role. He was an attackman last year. He's kind of playing that midfield role, and he loves it. He says that it's putting the team kind of first in that situation, and he thinks that the team just operates better when he's at that midfield spot.
Field gets on the scoreboard. So the man with 68 goals last season gets his first one of 2026.
Yeah, he's already had a couple of assists in this game. 1 assist and a couple of shots, but none that have reached the back of the net until that one.
And he did that all by himself. Worked behind the cage, pulls back up, and just rips one. Addison Dietz had no chance of saving that.
No, those are just good shots. Good play again. Going through X to run everything in lacrosse, it's not going to hurt you. It really helps a ton to go out there and be able to run your offense through X. Forces the defense and the goalie to have to look in different directions.
A turnover, and USM gets it. They'll give it to Dietz. Lucas Rigo had a decent impact in the first quarter. Didn't see much of him in the second. He'll rip a shot. Wide. Good shift for Lucas Rigo. He'll come off. Owen Gallrap with possession. A screen set. As he'll work it back to Tim Quiet.
Yeah, that's a good decision there to isolate the short stick, but that's a tough shot there. Can't really make out the number. I believe that was Owen Gallrap.
It was blocked by Connor Chase. Now physical battle for the ball. A nice body check from Jacob Sargent. And USM gets it and scores. Finn McCarthy came out of nowhere and scored that.
Well, yeah, one of those situations where, you know, it's like a pile-up, looking for the ball, you're trying to get it, and it kind of gets poked loose. Finn McCarthy's in the right place at the right time, and he's able to put that one in the back of the net. You can't really blame Odin Burke for that one, as, you know, he had no defenders kind of helping him, nobody there to contest the shot. And USM, excuse me, Owen, yeah, in USM with a couple of goals already in this third quarter, they're definitely starting to play their best lacrosse.
Finn McCarthy had 3 goals in his freshman campaign. His first 2 career goals came against Husson University when they played down at Southern Maine a year ago today. So he's familiar with this Husson team, and a body check there, but USM to keep possession. Jacob Sharp will find Rigo. And now to Zach Smith. He's going to go to work. Was poked away originally and stolen away by Caleb Kirshner. And then he gets hit from behind. No call from the ref.
You know, clean hit. He got the turnover, then unfortunately turned it right back over.
A shot and a goal. Owen Gallrap. And USM, they're climbing back slowly. 8-4 now your score. Husson still with the lead.
Yeah,
but USM, a couple nice shifts going for them.
Yeah, they're starting to surge right now, and I wouldn't be shocked if the next goal were to be USM. Mike O'Neill is definitely going to look to take that time out, as Husson's just they're beating themselves at this point as far as, you know, all these turnovers. They're not able to make these clean breakout passes, and then defensively they're not communicating well. It seems like they're kind of getting lost in what's going on.
A face-off win. Well, still undecided. It will be won by the Eagles. Owen Giorgio the other way. He's going to shield it off. And he'll take a rip. And then Alex Dupre with his hat trick in his first career collegiate game for Husson. Seems that sign-in has really been an impact. Alec Dupre, 6'4" from New York. First career game, first career hat trick.
Yeah, no, really good job there. Owen Giorgio starts the play, grabs that ground ball, kind of chucks it into a bunch of traffic, and Dupre's the one that comes out with it. Good goal there. He's going to get his third of the game.
Draw control won by USM. And now they'll work it behind. James Kastronakis has to work it all the way behind. He'll finally find Smith. And now he'll take a spin move, work around 1, 2, 3 Husson players, but intercepted by Josh Hawkins. And Husson's able to clear it. Dominic Holenkamp with that, and he has a hat trick today. Can look to add a fourth. Kieran Field. Over to Schwallenjay. Schwallenjay will find Holenkamp. Finds Dupre. And then he'll find good ball movement all around. Kieran Field, nice move. Saved by Dietz. But Husson, they're really buzzing right now, Nolan.
Yeah, no, they're definitely playing their best lacrosse of this period. USM kind of had that surge early on, and Husson's definitely been able to, suppress it right now. So we'll see if Drew Clinch is going to be able to run something here.
You'll find Robinson, Schwallenjay, Kieran Field. A shot clock violation. Husson not able to get a shot off there. So an unforced turnover once again for the Eagles.
Yeah, and they've got, at halftime, of course, they had 13 turnovers. Of course, maybe a little bit more than that at the moment, but they've done a little bit better than USM has. USM at the half had 21, so we'll see how that those numbers continue on.
Owen Gallrep scored a goal this half, and so did Caden Mannon. And he'll find the back of the net. Caden Mannon with his second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, and that's just tough. Again, it's you've got to have somebody there to slide to help out goalie Odin Burke, because again, that's another one where that's not really his fault. It's more of we need some better communication defensively. Someone just wrapping around, and also a really good play for USM as they've had a couple of really good plays this half, and you can tell halftime kind of worked magic for them as they finally feel like they're playing the lacrosse that they want to play.
9-5 the score. Husson has the lead still, but USM cutting down slowly but surely, and a big hit there. They're going to give possession to the Eagles.
Yeah, what a hit there by Aiden Byers as he lays the boom on Pato Driscoll there.
Ref will stop play. We'll wait for the ref to start it up again, and he finally will. Aiden Byers gets held to the ground. And just a foul. Husson will get it right back. So it's been a lot more physical this second half. USM trying to find a way back in this one.
Yeah, they want to spark momentum somehow. Physicality is one of those ways in lacrosse to do that.
Cody Dingwell on the left side. A nice move to the left. And we'll just reset it back to Sargent. Lucas Rigo, closest man to him. Nice cut to the left. He wanted a shot there, poked from behind by Rigo, and then almost scooped backed up. A fight for the ball currently still on the ground. Nobody has it yet. And shielded away. It's going to stay with Husson.
Looks like it'll
It'll go to USM, excuse me.
Yeah, you got to, ground balls, those are crucial. You want to try to pick those up the best you can.
And a sprint right up. It'll be Rigo, and he gets bodied. But a goal as that finds the back of the net. Reese Bridges with his second goal of the day.
Yeah. At this point, USM again, they're really having a good quarter here. 4 goals in this third quarter versus Husson's 2. They've cut into that lead. Again, it was 7-1 at halftime, Owen. It doesn't even feel like that. And you look at the shots, USM almost has 10 shots over Husson. And again, Husson still leads in the shots on goal category 15-13, but I feel like if there was some more shots on goal from USM, this score could definitely be different.
Absolutely. USM with 29 shots, Husson with 21. And like you mentioned, Nolan, USM scored 5 this quarter. Husson's only scored 2.
Yeah, no, USM's definitely doing way better. They're sticking to their plan, but they're also capitalizing on mistakes that the Eagles are making. So good on the Huskies. They definitely, they've made this a fun nail biter when it was kind of starting to look like a blowout at halftime.
Gall wrap. Works behind the cage. Finds the stick of Zach Smith. A screen set by McCarthy. And then eventually will get onto McCarthy's stick. Works it behind the net. Finds Gallwrap. Cut to the right. A nice pass over to Smith. Shot goes wide. "13 seconds left on the shot clock. They're going to have to get a shot up quick. Gallwrap. He's going to take a shot. Blocked. And another shot, that time saved by Burke.
Yeah, good job, Odin Burke, being able to stay with it, stay with the play there. The brick wall they call number 11 in white.
Husson going back to that behind the net action. Cameron Dufour with possession. Finds Field.
Yeah, this is a dream matchup right here for Kieran Field to have a short stick midi on him. He's going to get Gabe Robinson and Drew Clinch on his line with him. This is definitely going to be one that Husson wants to try to capitalize on.
He's going to call a play. He's going to try to isolate himself. But Alec Dupre there to set the screen for him. Robinson picks up the pass. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice cut to the left by Robinson. Good defense, though, by the Huskies. And Fields' pass can't find Dominic Holenkamp. So a wasted possession for Husson.
Yeah, and they haven't done that too often. They haven't kind of wasted those possessions like that too often. But, one thing that they were able to do was chew up some clock, take a lot of time down on the score here.
And Rigo gets it up, working on the left wing. And now into the hands of Gallwrap. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Just tuning in, Owen Snow on the play-by-play, Nolan Humphreys on the color. And now USM going to work. Tim Quiet. Nice defense by Giorgio. Great physical action going down there. Gallwrap.
Yeah, going to have a moving screen there on USM, so it's going to go Husson's way.
Great defense from the Eagles. Another forced turnover. You'll love that. Drew Clinch. Find Jackson Purdy, the freshman. Over to Schwalje. Wouldn't be surprised if he locates his way behind the net like he usually does. Right now it's Holding-Camp with the ball. He'll find Schwalje into Field. He's going to go to work. Nice move. A shot. It looked like it was blocked. USM going the other way. Zach Smith. Nice poke from behind by Jacob Sargent. Grounded by Kirshner. But a bad pass. Odenberg's able to clean it up. And a lot of chaos going on at Husson's end. Aiden Byers can't pick up the pass. Grounded by Herb Bryant. And USM will. I think they're going to say USM ball. And they will. Lucas Rigo. 40 seconds left in the contest, or not in the contest, third quarter, excuse me.
We'll see if Husson has any good late defense in him, or is USM going to continue their surge in this third quarter like they've done? They've had 5 goals so far in this third quarter. They've cut the lead to 3 when at halftime it was at 6.
Gallrap shoots it high. 13 seconds left on the clock. So the Maine's going to have one more opportunity at this, most likely. Gallrap will be the one to initiate the offense. And they'll have to take a shot now. And Tim Quiet's shot will be saved. And that will conclude the third quarter. Southern Maine making a little bit of a comeback. They cut the lead down to 3, but Husson still up 9-6. We'll be back in a couple of minutes here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Welcome back on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Owen Snow alongside Nolan Humphreys, getting ready to start fourth quarter action here at the Boucher Field on the campus of Husson University. Husson currently up 9-6 on Southern Maine, but a 5-goal quarter from the Huskies makes it a manageable game for them. Southern Maine will work it. Reese Bridges looking for his hat trick. And they'll have to work it back to Pat O'Driscoll. And O'Driscoll's pass gets stolen away. Aiden Byers tries to find a pass to Owen Giorgio, but scooped up by Connor Chase. Holenkamp. Possession will go to USM, so a nice job there, especially from Zach Smith to shield that off and not let Holenkamp get to it first. Now a battle for it. Possession stays with USM. Nolan, what have you liked so far, especially in the second half? You know, Southern Maine scored 5 goals. What do you think was the main reason for that?
I mean, I think they just capitalized on Husson's turnovers. You didn't really see the mistakes that Husson made in that third quarter. They didn't do that in the first half, and you know, USM had the ball way more than Husson did in that third quarter, and with that, you're going to have shots, and they were able to play some shots, and you know, you in hockey you call it puck luck, you can call it ball luck in lacrosse or whatever, but I think they also got some luck, you know, because Husson had a little bit of luck in that first half, and USM had none, so USM being able to have a little bit of luck and playing really, really well, capitalizing on mistakes is why they're, you know, back into this game.
Here's Gabe Robinson, tightly guarded by a whole bunch of USM defenders, but somehow keeps it. He's going to work to his left. He's going to try to find a pass in the middle. Kieran Field comes up with it, and he's really doing a good job in that midfield.
You know, he's been really strong. Plays that two-way type of game, and you're going to see him at midfield a lot. And, you know, that's the thing with him is there's no transition, you know, issues with that. He can play the same exact game that he wants to at midfield, at attack. He's still going to score. He's going to have a physical presence and be a problem on defense.
Kieran Field, only 1 goal this afternoon, but he's had a whole bunch of chances. And now Gabe Robinson with the goal already. He'll take a shot, and it finds the back of the net. Looked like it went through Addison Dyett's legs. Gabe Robinson with his second goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, really good goal coming down the right side alley. Yeah, just 5-hole right between the legs there.
That's probably one that Dyett's going to want back. 10-6 now. Your score. It's been a really good game so far. Obviously, the last time these two teams played, it was a very low-scoring games in terms of lacrosse, 4-3. You don't see that often, but now the score is really ramping up.
You know, that last game was, you know, last year was a very defensive type of game. It wasn't as open as this is, and you can tell that, obviously, not just on the scoreboard, but just watching how much more open it is.
Owen Giorgio, he rips it home. What a shot from the long stick midfielding captain, Owen Giorgio. And he gets his first goal of his junior campaign.
Yeah, really good goal from him. He's got great shooting abilities. And anytime he gets an opportunity to rip one, he will. And that's his 19th goal on his career and his first in this 2026 season.
11-6. Husson's come out to a strong start in the fourth quarter. USM's going to have to create some offense fast. Looked like Brian Peabody got tripped up there a little bit. Possession will stay with Husson. Here's Owen Giorgio, number 5. He's going to find newly checked in Cody Dingwell. 5 goals last season in his freshman campaign. Has yet to see the score sheet today. And an unforced turnover there for the Eagles. So, again, this is really where you want USM to kind of fight back and find a couple quick goals here and there. It all starts from the back line, though.
Yeah, it starts, defensively, and then you want to just put it up. Like you can see right here.
A turnover there. Jack Kazabinski forced it. Ball still on the ground. Still on the ground and picked up by Ryan Cummins. Actually from Bangor, Maine. So coming back to his hometown to play against Husson. Hasn't gotten many minutes this game, but he's in now. And with the ball, pass over. And now it'll find the hands of Tim Coyette, the freshman out of South Portland, Maine. So not far from the Southern Maine campus. He'll rip one. Blocked there. I believe that was blocked by Matt Richardson. Owen Gallrap. He'll find a nice pass into Pat O'Driscoll, but took an awkward fall. And Owen Gallrap, where didn't feel like they had much offense going for them, rips one home.
Yeah, and Pat O'Driscoll, falling down, was able to make the pass to Gallrap, and kind of from the outside mark, he's able to find it. I don't know if Odin could really see that shot with the defense kind of in front. But a really nice goal there for USM, and again, they're not giving up. They still feel like they're right there to staying in this hockey game.
So Owen Gallrap gets his second goal of the day. 3 different guys now with 2 goals. Caden Mannon and Reese Bridges, the other 2, all looking for their hat trick. Owen Giorgio picks up and tries to find a nice pass in to Dominic Holenkamp, but Giorgio not able to connect on his stick. And now there's number 1 Lucas Rigo for Southern Maine on the left wing. He'll get it into Gallrap, who just scored the most recent goal for Southern Maine. Aiden Byers trying to find a check, but nice job from Gallrap to shield him off. And into the net, a pass to Finn McCarthy. And he's got his second goal of the afternoon. And now Southern Maine's only down by 3.
Yeah, good move. He kind of did that one all himself, Finn McCarthy did. And he's got another one in this game. A really good goal there, coming in from that right side alley, kind of goal line extended area. Able to put it in the back of the net, and now Husson's got to think they've got to have a defensive mindset here. Only up 3 goals with 8:40 to go on the clock. We'll see what they do.
Finn McCarthy with 5 career goals, 4 of them against Husson. So he does a good job going up against this team. And Ref will blow the whistle. A timeout from USM. We'll take a quick break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. Back from the timeout. Owen Snow alongside Nolan Humphreys. 8 minutes and 29 seconds left in this game. Husson merely holding on to a lead. Southern Maine's really come back. Now once again down by 3. Both teams have scored 2 goals this quarter. And now Owen Gallrap. He's really working. Saved by Odenberg. And then Matt Richardson tries to find a pass. And a uncharacteristic turnover there for the Eagles. Zach Smith. He'll go to work. He's going to try to do it all by himself. And the shot from Zach Smith goes wide. And a nice shielding opportunity. And Southern Maine. Owen Gallrap's shot's blocked. Owen Giorgio with the ground ball. What a play. Swallenjoy goes wide. Looked like Dupre fell down, but he'll get back. He'll get right back up safely. And the slashing call on Pat O'Driscoll. So he's taking a lot of penalties this game, and Husson will be a man up.
Yeah, and Husson's done really well on the man up. They've been able to move the ball, and they're operating right now about 33%. But they've been able to just move the ball really well, and they don't really make any mistakes as far as passing goes. So look for these open cutters to see if they're going to get it and put it in the back of the net.
Kieran Field will find Holenkamp, finds Clinch, and just good cycling around by the Eagles. Schwalje. Clinch. So now they work it behind the net. Holenkamp thought about taking a shot. Gabe Robinson. Have to find a shot here. 20 seconds left on the power play. And Schwalje into Kieran Field, and he finds his second goal of the day.
Yeah, and Taylor Schwalje has just been able to facilitate however he wants. And you can see it right there. Field cutting in, again, especially in this man up, if you're going to pass, if you're going to cut, and have your stick available, there's a couple guys down there that are going to find you, and Taylor Swaji is one of them. Really good pass to Kieran Field.
Taylor Schwalje, 4 assists on the afternoon. 5 points in total. They're going to give the face-off win to Husson. Josh Hawkins finds Cody Dingwell. And he's just going to slow play down. Up by 4 with 6 minutes left. Schwalje, known for behind the net, but he'll be up top. And here's Jacob Sargent. And now Dominic Holenkamp to Sargent. Good job by the Eagles just slowing it down here. I mean, you don't really have to score. You're up. Try to play keep away a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you would like to, if you could, kind of take it down until the shot clock's pretty low and then see if you can get a scoring opportunity. But nonetheless, this is going to go down as a good possession just based off the fact, though, that they've been able to kill about 50 seconds.
Sargent, good work. Holenkamp, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. He's going to tell Schwalje to cut in. And now 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Holenkamp takes a shot. Saved by Dietz. A much-needed save that Addison Dietz comes up with.
Yeah, now USM's got to go down by 4 goals here. You're going to need about a goal a minute. So you're going to have to, be aggressive with it.
Finn McCarthy looking for his hat trick. A couple players actually looking for their hat trick. McCarthy is going to take it to his left. Nice defense by Byers, but it finds the hands of Smith. And Smith trying to do it all by himself. And possession will go to Husson. Nice defensive possession there for the Eagles. Odin Burke to Connor Chase. And Husson's able to clear it. Here's Schwalje to Dupre. And Holenkamp, nice cut inside. He looking for Aiden Byers. He can't corral it. And still on the ground. Ground ball won by Jack Hardyman. But an unforced turnover. And this is really good for the Eagles. Down to less than 4 minutes left in the game. You're up by 4. And
yeah, exactly, Owen. You just want to kill some clock right now. If you score nice, but you don't necessarily need to be be aggressive just because you are up by 4. There's a little bit less than 3 minutes and 30 seconds now, so it's exactly what you want. Gabe Robinson doing a really good job at just chewing the clock. Why give USM a chance to have the ball if you've got guys like Swaji, Robinson, Clinch up there that can just kind of keep it going. And look, that type of shot you're take because you have somebody back there to back it up, so you're not going to lose possession.
That shot from Taylor Schwalje. Dominic Holenkamp. He'll take it to his right, and ref will blow the whistle.
Yeah, we're going to have Mike O'Neill with a timeout.
A great start to the season opener for the Eagles. 3 minutes exactly left on the clock. Husson up 12-8. We'll take a very quick break here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. Back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network, 3 minutes left in the contest. Husson with a 4-goal advantage. So USM is going to need possession, score very quickly. If they have any chance of coming back, you think a goal here would be the dagger.
Yeah, not even that. Just if you're able to kill, they've got 40 seconds left on the shot clock. If you're even able to kill all 40 of that, I feel like it'd be a pretty big dagger here. And you can see Kieran Phil doing that, just wasting time as he's going down the alley.
A nice pass into Schwalje. Alec Dupre will ground it.
You can see Addison Dietz there come out of the net, try to charge at Taylor Schwalje to try to force him to make a mistake, leaving the net wide open.
Kieran Field, too high on the shot.
Now there's going to be 9 seconds to reset it. It's got to either go to the goalie and you get it back, or you cause a turnover on the breakout, or score a goal, of course. But 5 seconds left. It looks like they're just going to turn it over.
And that's smart.
And
we'll have 2 minutes and 13 seconds left on the clock.
Now if they can do something here. Maybe cause a turnover and try to kill off some more time.
A lot of substitutions coming on for Husson. Pretty defensive lineup. Pat O'Driscoll has it on the right. And now they take it all the way out. Zach Smith to his left. Takes a shot, saved by Odin Burke. A clutch save, and that may just do it. 1:23 left, and Husson's up 4, and they have the possession.
Yeah, no, really, really good save there by Odin. And look at Matt Richardson coming down. Doing a really good job at killing clock. Now you just don't want to turn it back over if you're Husson. You don't want to force a shot. Yeah, it'd be cool to get another one, but you don't need to.
Matt Richardson going, sorry to cut you off. Matt Richardson coming out all the way from defense where he usually plays.
Yeah, no, what a play there by Matt Richardson. And it stemmed from Odin making that big save. Matt's got the ball and was able to do a lot of work as far as killing time.
A timeout called here. 54 seconds left in the game. That it may just do it, but never say never. Husson up 12-8. We'll be back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. back here after the timeout here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. 54 ticks left until a winner is decided, and Husson looking like they're going to take this one on the season opener. Again, this game is technically a rescheduled game. Originally, it was supposed to be played on Tuesday. Gets moved to Thursday. Southern Maine has to make the big trip up here. Almost 2.5-hour trip. And a good job by Gabe Robinson just chewing the clock.
Yeah, that's exactly.
He'll probably take it almost all the way down until the shot clock violation hits. And they're going to be really proud of this win here on the season opener. Again, 2-11 all-time against USM, but 1 year ago today, they beat USM in overtime, and now they're really just going to take this one. So back-to-back wins against USM. It's going to make them feel good starting this non-conference stretch of games. There it is. Now official, Husson starts their 2026 campaign. 1 win, 0 losses. Nolan, final thoughts?
I thought Husson played a good game. You know, other than that third quarter, they really played a complete game. USM had moments in this one, like that third quarter, where they were able to put up 5 goals and really get to the bottom of Husson's defense. It's just the team that, you know, was able to come out here and play a full 60 minutes is the team that won it. It'll give good momentum to Husson long term, and USM has some stuff to work on, but so does Husson. So we'll see for the upcoming schedule. Owen?
Upcoming schedule, we'll start off with Southern Maine. They'll play a couple NAC teams as well. They'll travel, or they'll go to the Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts on the 28th, and then they won't have another game until March 16th where they'll be playing MMA. And then for Husson, they'll have a couple games on the 8th and 9th of March. They'll have to travel to play Albright and Centenary. So road trips for both these teams to start out their campaigns, but a much-needed win for Husson on their home turf. That's all she wrote, though, here at the Boucher Field on the campus of Husson University. Thank you all so much for tuning into this broadcast. I know we had a blast, but we'll see you on the flip side. Goodbye.